Thank you for joining us on Business Now. I am Frank Komalape. And now the country's external reserves fell by $1.46 billion between January and March. Figures obtained from the Central Bank of Nigeria have revealed. The reserves extended or ended February 27, 2023 at $36.67 billion. Figures obtained from the CBN's data on movement of external reserves on Sunday show that the reserves, which stood at $36.9 billion as of the end of January, fell to $35.53 billion as of the end of March. At the last Monetary Policy Committee in Abuja in March, the governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele, attributed the decline in the external reserves to the fall in crude oil prices. He said the committee, however, noted the marginal decline in the level of gross external reserves to $36.13 billion in February from $36.4 billion in January 2023, a decrease of 0.3 or 0.7%, reflecting the downtrend in the crude oil prices as global uncertainties persist. According to the CBN data, Nigeria's external reserves fell by 3.43 billion in 2022 from $40.52 billion as of the end of December 2021 to $37.09 billion as of the end of December 2022. Away from there, our federal government's borrowing from China has grown by 209.15% under the President Muhammadu Buhari administration. This is as our total bilateral loans rose by 219.91% from $1.58 billion as of June 2015 to $5.07 billion as of December last year. Total borrowing from China rose from $1.39 billion to $4.29 in the period under review. Available data from the Debt Management Office revealed that Chinese loans make up 84.73% of the total amount Nigeria owes to other countries of the world. The remaining 15.27% is spread across France, Japan, India, and Germany. According to the DMO, loans from China are concessional loans with interest rate of 2.5% per annum, have a tenor of 20 years and grace period of 7 years, respectively. And in the meantime, the domestic debt owed by state government and the Federal Capital Territory administration rose to 5.33 trillion naira as of the end of December 2022. The subnational domestic debt stock was 4.46 trillion by the end of 2021, which means it rose by 870 billion naira within 1 year. The latest figures released by the Debt Management Office indicated that Lagos State recorded the highest domestic debt as of the end of fourth quarter 2022 with 807.21 billion naira. This was followed by Delta State with 304.25 billion naira and Ogun State with 270.45 billion naira. On the other hand, the lowest debt was recorded by Jigawa State with 43.9 billion, followed by Kebbi State and Katsina State with 61.3 and 62.37 billion naira respectively. Nigeria is going to save about $1.3 billion annually by stopping the use of air conditioners and refrigerators with energy efficiency ratios that are below globally acceptable minimum energy performance standards, the United Nations Environment Programme has said. It disclosed this in its latest report titled Project Overview of the Scaling Up Energy Efficient and Climate-Friendly Cooling in Nigeria's National Determined Contribution Revision. And the report, the Energy Commission of Nigeria in Abuja at the weekend, the Program Management Officer of the program, Brian Holuch, explained that the attainment of Nigeria's national determined contribution with respect to energy efficiency will impact greatly on the country's energy savings. And the preliminary analysis of potential impact of room air conditioners with respect to the minimum energy performance standards in Nigeria. The report forecasts indicated that by 2040, electricity consumption by air conditioners will increase by 590%. It, however, stated that basic policies can decrease this electricity demand growth to 410% and stringent policies that can decrease this electricity demand growth to 275%. In the meantime, the All Progressives Congress Presidential Campaign Council has said the incoming administration of Asiwaju Bola Tinubu will decide the date fuel subsidy will be removed. Though the government of President Muhammadu Buhari has said the subsidy policy will end by June when the budget for the initiative will lapse. The chief spokesperson for the All Progressives Congress Presidential Campaign Council, Festus Keyamo, on Sunday noted that the next government will determine the terminal date for the subsidy regime. There has been apprehension over the planned removal of subsidy, with marketers and other petroleum stakeholders projecting that the development may push fuel prices to 750 naira per litre. Despite the anxiety over the issue, the Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria last week called for subsidy removal. Pengason's President Festus Osifo, who said this at the National Executive Council meeting of the association in Abuja, implored the government to ensure the speedy rehabilitation of Nigeria's refineries, stressing that this will help ease the hardship that could arise from the halt of fuel subsidy. However, the Nigeria Labour Congress has vowed to resist the plan, insisting that the refineries must be functional before the subsidy can be tampered with. And now the government, or the federal government, has approved the amendment of the 2022-2023 deep offshore oil blocks mini bid round. They said the move was in a bid to boost confidence in the transparency and continuity of the 2022-23 mini bid round process. The chief executive officer at Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, Benga Komalafe, in a statement on the weekend, said the amendment of the bid round calendar is to accommodate the concerns expressed by both local and international investors over the closeness of the schedule to the terminal date of the present administration in the country. The statement said, following the approval of the president in his capacity as the Petroleum Resources Minister, the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission has revised the deep offshore oil block bid round schedule by extending the deadline for the commission of technical commercial bids to May 19th, 2023, as well as the timeline for concluding activities of contract negotiations and signing between July and August 2023. The Commission Chief Executive indicated that the 2023 deep offshore oil block mini rounds is in progress and progressing in accordance with the bid round schedule, which has been pushed as part of the bid round guidelines. And now the treasurer of the group, Phillips Ayotunde, disclosed this in a view of the partnership between the Lagos chapter of the Institute and a service group. He said the facility will serve as an all-in-one location for the different professionals in the Lagos state build industry, creating easy access to building materials and the state. He said the facility is still in the design phase and they are looking at a centralized location that is not too far from the mainland and not too far from the island. Ayotunde said this will reduce the burden on them as an attitude to avoid people being scammed of their hard-earned money and avoid the use of quacks in the industry, leading to failed industry and failed buildings that have bet several buildings collapse.